Alright, Shalom. It's your brother AHBAD here from YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, AHBAD. Unprofitable service, St. Petersburg, Florida, GMS Temp 12. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Hashem Rachakadash. Double honors to my older apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Take a honest salutation to all you sincere brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, and peace and blessings to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. I saw this article earlier this morning. I've been wanting to touch on it, but I've been at work, so now I'm on my last break, so I figured I'll just touch up on this article. I want you to hearken unto this. It says, health system offers free DNA test for 10,000 Floridians. Alright, now they're doing free DNA tests. Now we already understand that we are in the year of Karagma, which is the mark of the beast. And they're trying to push forward for them to try to collect more data from people, and also for them to try to fulfill the wishes of completing the enterprise by basically turning everyone into a cyborg, where they're trying to commit transhumanism. And a great movie to watch would be Transcendence with Johnny Depp, if I'm not mistaken. That's a good movie to watch as well. But let me continue on in this article. And it was published, well, it says today, which is the 24th of July, 2019. Orlando, Florida, an operator of hospitals and clinics began offering free DNA testing on Wednesday to 10,000 Floridians in a partnership with a private genomics company. Some biomedical ethicists warned that participants need to realize that data can be used for purposes other than their health care. And that is true, because right now there are plenty of devices out here to where you can get access to certain buildings or to certain electronic devices, like using your retina where they scan your eye, or using your fingerprint. I believe the iPhone has that now. And I think that's the new Galaxy A6, where you can use your face, where it unlocks your phone. So they're basically using your DNA, whether it's your retina, whether it's your face, whether it's your fingerprint, whether it's your blood, saliva, your hair strand. They're trying to find some, because everyone's DNA is unique. It's not identical. So to a certain extent. So yeah, you have to be careful, man, because you can't trust everything Esau Edom do. And I'm just gonna bring out a quick precept real quick, which we all are familiar with. And those individuals who said beware because your DNA can be used for something other than medical terms is absolutely true. And this is what I want to bring out. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the enemy can't get an advantage of us because we're not ignorant. Oh, 10,000 free volunteers to come in here and give us your DNA for testing. For what? How is it going to benefit me? But when you go further into the article, it speaks on how they try to reverse certain high cholesterol. What it says, researchers at AHBAD Health in Orlando said the DNA test screens for an inherited condition that could lead to high cholesterol and heart attacks if left untreated. And this is what gets me. I listen to this health site on YouTube called iHealth2. Oh man, it tells you how to lower cholesterol, how to get rid of diseases and everything. Pretty much what Dr. Sebi was doing before. None of this stuff is hereditary. It's based upon the foods that we eat. It's lacking the nutrients that we have. So why you need DNA, and you know that all the people have to do is take multivitamins and eat, drink plenty of water, and get plenty of sleep and eat better. That's all it takes. So this is just another scheme, man. This is leaking us closer to the mark of the beast system. Alright, which is known as the RFID chip. And if you claim to be an Israelite and you are on the highways and byways, you need to be coming in the spirit of prophecy. If you're not speaking about the RFID chip as being a mark of the beast, it doesn't matter how many breakdowns you have, the Most High is going to destroy you, because you're not fulfilling Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, I believe the 17th verse. You have to warn them of the evil to come, and this is an evil thing to do as well. This is also another article. It was published March 19, 2019. The U.S. may soon have a de facto national DNA database. Okay? It says we need to close the loops that allow law enforcement to take advantage of consumer genetics. So this is just another article going to prove that yes, they're trying to collect your DNA for what reason? So they can not only just track you, but also so they can correlate your DNA with the RFID chip as well. It said, imagine instead that the federal government established a database for which people could volunteer genetic profiles, but that the decision about whether to volunteer your DNA belonged not to you but to your third cousin. Will you be okay with that? In other words, what they're trying to say is that the DNA that you choose, the DNA that you give them, it may not be used for the reasons for crime or the reasons for whatever you believe it may be. Alright? Here goes another one. It says, imagine the federal government enacted a law, see it says law now, requiring all U.S. residents to provide law enforcement with their DNA profile so police could solve more crimes. Will you be okay with such a system? And this goes to show you that the entire nation is not going to be up for it. Because here it is, you have DJ Trump with all these raids trying to look for quote-unquote illegal immigrants. And the ICE is asking for assistance from the local police departments, and they're refusing to give them assistance. Because for one, some of these individuals who are on the police force, they could be Hispanic, so to say, or northern tribes, okay? And some other officers find it to be unconstitutional because they work with some of these people. And hell, some of them may be married to a Latin woman or a Latin man. All right? So there's already, what's the word I'm looking for? Separation right there, division. All right? So this is just a quick little tidbit I wanted to speak on really quick, Salakia. I didn't want to make it too long. But I'm going to go to another article, you know, just to go to show you that behind the scenes that Esau is working up on something. And we have to constantly keep our eyes peeled. And we have to be watchmen for the nation of Israel, all right? Matter of fact, let me pull out another precept. I don't know why I keep doing that, Salakia. Going to the book of Isaiah. Because we have to get out of that mind state that, oh, we're going to be walking into the kingdom of heaven. No, this is going to be hell to come. We're going to see hell, but hell is not going to behold us. Understand? So we have to always keep it in mind that, yo, these things must come to pass. Not one jot or one tittle of the law in no wise shall pass away. So we have to constantly be on our watch. Isaiah 62 and 6, I have set watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Why is that? Ye that make mention of YAHAWAH keep not silent, because Micah 2 and 10 says the same thing about the wicked. No, Micah 2 and 1 says the same thing about the wicked. Matter of fact, let's pull that really quick for edification's sake. This is why you have to keep talking about these things, because just because it's not on the grand scale right now doesn't mean that it's not going to come to pass. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. So before they go to bed at night, listen, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. How is it in the power of their hand? You have to, it's through the Spirit. Now I have to go to the book of Job to prove how it's in the power of their hand. So you have the watchmen who don't hold their peace day nor night, which is the men of the Lord, who constantly putting up videos, constantly providing the people with the breakdowns, with the edification, and with the warnings of the evils to come. And what does it also say about the wicked? Micah 2 and 1. They practice it upon their beds, and then when it's in the morning, they write it. What do they write? They write new laws and decrees. But who gives them that instruction at night in bed? Job 33 and 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep shall fall upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. That's the point. So they practice it upon their bed. Why? Because Job 9:24, the earth given to the hands of the wicked. Who's controlling the wicked? The Heavenly Father control on both sides. So we have to understand that these things must and will come to pass. So this is not something that we should be slack on or not speak too much on. The RFID chip is going to be mandatory soon. You already have individuals who are volunteering for it. And here's another article to speak on that as well. This is from Quartz.com, if I'm not mistaken. The reason thousands of Swedish people are inserting microchips into themselves. This is published June 25th, 2018. All right. It says thousands of people in Sweden have inserted microchips, which can function as contactless credit cards, key cards, and even rail cards into their bodies. Once the chip is underneath your skin, there is no longer any need to worry about misplacing a card or carrying a heavy wallet. So they're trying to give you the impression that it'll be convenient. But you're also making a blood pact with Satan himself. Now remember that. But for many people, the idea of carrying a microchip in their body feels more dystopian than practical. So this isn't something practical because it's not something that happens on a day-to-day basis. So now they're trying to make it mandatory, and the Lord told you that this is going to be the hour of temptation where your faith will be tried. You have liberty to do all these videos and to read and do, and be in camps and call brothers and know this person, know that. When you're out there by yourself, that's when your faith is really going to be tested. Alright, this is not a game, this is life or death. Some have suggested that Sweden's strong welfare state may be the cause of this recent trend. But actually, the factors behind who roughly 3,500 Swedes have had microchips implanted in them are more complex than you might expect. So in other words, I'm going to keep reading. This phenomenon reflects Sweden's unique biohacking scene. Alright, now let's go on. It said, I could have sworn to tell you what the word biohack is here. Now this is what they say about biohacking. It says, just as computer hackers hack computers, biohackers hack anything biological. Biohacking is also a culture and a diverse one with many different subgroups, all with different types of interests, goals, and ideologies. Hey, Lord say stay away from our ideologies too. But within this diversity, there are two main groups: wetware hackers and transhumanists. All right. So in other words, man, they're trying to they want to be God and they want to control you, and that's something you should not allow them to do. Because if you do that, you're pretty much saying that you put your trust in man rather than in God. And the scripture says, "Cursed be the man that put his trust in man." All right, and making not Yahawah his arms and strength. So I'm gonna go to this precept. And this is just a quick video, nothing too long. But this is gonna happen to you, those of you who do take the mark of the beast. This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." What's that fire and brimstone? It's talking about those thermonuclear warheads. Why you think all these nations have been talking about nuclear warfare and talking about the third world's war? Come on, it's written in the scriptures. Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image. And the beast is pretty much this system. Alright? That's the system. And the image that it portrays. It's not, the image is not Serapis Christus. It's not Jesus Christ. Okay? And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahawah in the faith of YAHAWASHI. That's right. That's our faith, to be taken from that hour of temptation. Because that hour is going to come because you're thinking about how I'm going to eat. How I'm going to drink. What about my family? What about my children? What about my wife? Remember this. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So you can come around all the world, but the Lord said, I'm going to keep you from it because you kept my word. Verse 11, I'm closing out. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. I pray you were edified with this video. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Chakadash, the most amount apostle, great millstone. Like I always say, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kwame Yasha Allah, Mawaf Lava Ball. Shalom, Israel.